Don't know if I hit or not. Tactical Assault VR has a wide array of weapons and wide array of playstyles, but by far my favourite is sniping. And in this video I'm going to give you all the tips and tricks I know of how to become a better sniper. Because I like to think of myself as a pretty good sniper, both in PvP and PvE. First try. Are you kidding me? I'll be giving tips for both branches of gameplay, although a lot will of course carry over and cross over, but if there's any specific tips for either game mode, I'll be sure to mention them. The first step is to pick a sniper. Now in Tactical Assault VR there are two different main types of sniper. There are semi-auto gas ejected ones and there's bolt action ones. I personally much prefer the bolt action ones, as it is a lot more satisfying and it's a one-hit kill no matter where you hit, which really lends more to the sniper playstyle I really enjoy. But a lot of these tips and tricks that I'll be giving out do work for either or. But just remember, with gas ejecting semi-auto snipers, it will need to be a headshot to be a kill. Today, I'll be demonstrating everything using this sniper. I can't remember what it's called, but if you've seen my other previous sniping videos, you'll know that I gave this fella the name of Ronald. So without further ado, let's begin. No way! I really hope the dock cam caught that. I don't know if it did. Sorry about those rude interruptions. Going forward as well, I'm going to be using the 5 to 24 times scope. Important to mention as well, when picking your sniper, I got told this by developer Puddles on a live stream, every single sniper has their barrel length and muzzle velocity accounted for. Which is why I like Ronald so much, because the drop off is a lot less, the muzzle velocity is really quick, so I'm waiting less for the shot to land, and I don't need to aim as high up to arch the bullet. And every single gun is different that way. Every single sniper has a different barrel length, a different muzzle velocity, and, according to Puddles, that is all accounted for. So for me, personally, with Ronald, through a lot of trial and error, for every 100 meters, you've got to adjust it by 1 mil on the scope. Mil being the tilt of the glass. So the first tip I can give is get used to your gun. Figure out the distance. As you can see on the right eye cam, there is a built-in rangefinder into the gun. And depending how far away it is, as you can see as I adjust the mil, the scope gets tilted so I can make that shot. The spotter scope is also very useful for this. But you can also kind of cheese it and use the built-in rangefinder on the grenade launcher. But that's a bit more finicky to use. So grabbing top here and pressing either the X or Y button will adjust the mil. And like I said with Ronald, for every 100 meters is about 1 mil. Aim for the neck and it should hit anywhere on that body. And that brings me on to my next tip, and that is stability. I will show you how to keep the gun stable when not using the bipod, but we're going to go bipod, we're going to go prone, kneeling and stood up. So the bipod is of course very handy because it keeps the gun super stable. You can see as I'm holding it with one hand, very stable, yeah? So I can aim through that if I wanted to. If you take your offhand, you can actually grab the butt of the gun here and that will slow it down even further. If you hold down trigger on your offhand, you can see it speeds up the dampening, and then as soon as I let go, you can see it's nice and slow again. Holding down A, in this case, because I'm using my right hand, will allow you to hold your breath, making your shot a lot more precise. Like so. And holding it with your offhand allows you to take your shooting hand, re-chamber around, and the gun stays relatively still for you to grab hold of again and aim down the sight. Not many people know this trick either, if you engage the bipod and stick it on the wall here, you can see it automatically tilts like that. And a lot of people don't know this trick, and this makes it super helpful if you're behind cover trying to shoot an enemy far away. Like with this clip I got in PvP.
Never mind, they got me. Get back
I'm insane! I'm fucking crazy!
What'd you do?
Well, that's all well and good, but how do you go about making it stable when you're not using the bipod? Well, let me show you. Well, for proning, this is actually really simple, because both arms are already incredibly stable. What I'd recommend is forming your hands into like, you know, a clubbed fist whilst holding the gun, laying down on the floor, and then tilt your head down like that. So engage your shoulder blades, tilt your head down like that. Grab your gun, hands on the floor, shoulder blades engaged, and bring your head down to the scope like that. God, this sound pack sounds amazing. Amazing? Okay, so now we're going from proning to kneeling, and I'm going to use the IRL camera a lot more for this. So, grab your gun, as per normal, and I like to use my left knee to kind of lock my arm into place like this, and then rest my offhand on my chin like that, using my thumb to act as that kind of support. And this is 9 times out of 10 what I do when kneeling down. Let me give a little 360 in real life. I'll swear down, I must look like a dickhead right now. But as you can see, it is quite stable. And again, using this technique, so grab there, lock my arm into place, resting on my knee. As you can see, switching to right hand, or right eye cam, it is very stable. As long as your breathing is fine and you're not talking as you're doing it, it's very good. Now, the main limitation for this is obviously if you've got the Quest 2 controllers and the rings around them, you won't be able to put it directly on your chin, but the idea is the same. And standing up is exactly the same. Hold it, rest like this in your arm. I hope the cam's showing that well, but this is basically what I'm doing, stood up. So it's exactly the same, just without my knee. So those are my main tips on maintaining accuracy. So at the end of the day, that's all sniping really is, especially in PvP. PvE on normal mode, you can afford just finding a good vantage point and shooting downwards. But in PvP and in hardcore difficulty, you're going to have to be moving around a lot more. You can't have yourself in the open. So what's my advice for vantage points? Well, as you've seen up there, find somewhere where you can shoot down. You always want to attack from the high ground. I'm going to play a little segment from my 1 kilometer sniper shots video at the end here, where you can see I kill a bunch of NPCs on dead shot. And as you can see, this is a good vantage point because I'm looking down on them, they have to look up. Very advantageous for me. Who else? Oh, not you, girl. So, what about PvP sniping, as I'm still pretty decent at that as well. The main thing that people trip up on when it comes to PvP sniping is leading your shots. In online games, there's this term called latency. You'll see it whenever you connect to a PvP lobby. Okay, well, it's not showing on the PvP, but here, ping. That'll be your milliseconds. That'll be your delay. And this is important because in PvP, because of that delay, you're going to have to lead your shots a lot more, especially if you're using a bolt action and you want to hit your mark. My advice would be to always aim for the neck, and whichever distance or direction they're traveling in, just move it over slightly. Again, it's going to have to be trial and error because it's all dependent on your ping, Wi-Fi, location in the world, what gun you're using, where the enemy you're looking at is located, what their Wi-Fi is. It's a massive spectrum, which I'm sure people who play multiplayer games are familiar with. And that's kind of all the advice I can give you. My number one tip that I can give out though is that just practice. Find a sniper. If you like it, stick with it. I give you all permission to use Ronald. It's okay, I don't mind sharing. And just load into Seversnake, Breaking Whisper, Deadshot, Void, like I'm about to show you here, because I think this is a really good practice route to learn for sniping. Just get out there and practice. But here's what I'd recommend. So on Void, you have your spawning area here, and then you've got a pipe that you can climb up to get up here. And this teaches you the first fundamentals of sniping. Finding a good spot, finding a good vantage point. And the enemies up here, you will get punished if you miss, because they'll hide behind cover. So this teaches you to be nice and patient when walking up. It teaches you to use the bipod. It teaches you, for the street people, to crouch and take your time. So as you can see, look, they're all running away because they spotted me. So, let's take them out. Oh, almost got that guy running. Okay, no one on the roof. Gonna have to reposition. Gonna have to use the crouched method that I showed earlier. Oh, what? It doesn't work through the door. Oh no, I did get him, never mind. Yeah, I did. I don't think I got him there. Amateur hour. Oh, whoa. Shit. I flinched. I scared that other guy off. Wasn't a proper one, but it was still pretty fun. Okay, whilst I wait for my bus, let's recap what we went through. First off, it's choosing a sniper. Do you want a bolt action or do you want a faster semi-auto rifle, which is a bit more flexible? Learning to get comfortable with it. Recognising that each gun is simulated differently and has a different barrel length and muzzle velocity and whatnot. Using the techniques I showed you to get good accuracy stood up, kneeling, proning, and using the bipod. Making sure to know you can use the bipod against the wall. Finding a vantage point. In PvP, knowing that there is going to be a bit of latency and leaning your shots a bit more. Leaning or leading? You get what I mean. And last and most importantly, just grab a sniper and just snipe. I only learned how to be a good sniper because I did it repeatedly. When me and Shout play, I would do Sniper Overwatch. And that's the other thing why sniping's so much fun. Providing Overwatch for your buddy as he goes into the compounds and elsewhere is really, really fun. If you want to see some decent examples of sniping, then I will try and link every single sniping video I've ever made in the description. So after you've watched this video, if you want some inspiration or if you want to know what it looks like on the field, then you can go to that video and you can figure it out. Please let me know if I've missed anything or if you have any other questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them in the comments. That'll do it for me. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you later. I'm going to play a little segment from my one I'm going to play a little... Fuck me. The main